We are Flexahopper, a plastics manufacturing company that produces a wide range of products for industries, including oil and gas, agriculture, marine, poultry, water containment, and aerospace components. But it isn't just what we make that defines us. It's the people we entrust to shape our brand. A team of problem solvers, leaders, thinkers, mothers, fathers, students, all coming together to create something that will last for generations, all while using 100% green-sourced energy. We aren't just making products, we're making a difference. Welcome to Flexahopper. Founded in 1967, Flexahopper had its humble beginnings in a World War II hangar in Lethbridge, Alberta. With minimal equipment, a bare-bones staff, and a dream, the company quickly grew into something bigger than itself. Now with a customer base reaching around the globe, a commitment to green-sourced energy since 2005, and revolutionary production advancements, Flexahopper has become the largest rotomolder on the West Coast. But what does Flexahopper make? Well, take a look for yourself. Each product is crafted with the utmost attention to detail. Our customers expect the very best from us, and we ensure that in every step of production. So what is that process? Well, it starts small, very small. We start with a plastic resin in the form of these small pellets. These pellets are ground down even further into a fine powder, which will absorb heat much faster in the production process. Color is added if needed with a special combination of dyes. Next, the powder is poured into a mold that will be used to shape the final product. The mold is secured with bolts to ensure there is no spillage. And a vent tube is inserted to allow the container to breathe. Depending on the size of the mold, the cook time and temperature can fluctuate. The mold is rotated within a large oven, which can last for a few minutes, even upwards of an hour. The cooling phase begins when the oven doors open, allowing heat to escape. After the molds are properly cooled, an operator loosens the bolts, and the finished product is extracted. After this, secondary processing refines the product for shipment. This includes scraping excess plastic, cutting, drilling, and sometimes filling with chemically reactive foam. From here, it's ready for shipment, whether it be next door or across the globe. Production like this has certain requirements, however. At Flexahopper, employee safety is paramount. We have strict rules in place to make sure you don't hurt yourself. In order to show you what we mean, let's follow Greg on his first day at Flexahopper. Here, Greg will be given a company orientation before he begins work. It's important to get an overview of the basics before getting into it, just like you are right now. First and foremost, wearing the correct personal protective equipment, or PPE, should be taken into consideration at all times. This includes CSA-approved steel-toed boots, safety glasses, a hard hat, and in some areas, protective hearing equipment. Looks like Greg is ready to begin his first day. Oops. Looks like Greg forgot to put his phone away. We uphold a strict no phone policy on the shop floor, for your safety and everyone else's. A designated locker and storage area is available to you next to the lunchroom, should you need it. One of the first things you'll notice is that there are a lot of tools you'll be using here. It's important to respect them. As you become more comfortable using the tools, you'll find you use them without much thought. Remember, they're as dangerous as the first day you pick them up. Here are a few basic tips that will keep you from getting hurt. The utility knife. This is the most dangerous tool in the plant. We're serious. You will use it every single day. Always cut away from yourself. Cutting in towards yourself can lead to serious injury should the tool do something unexpected. Make sure your work area is free of debris, and extension cords are out of the way before using any power tools. A clean workspace can make all the difference. When operating a power-assisted saw, never leave your fingers in the path of the blade. Don't be in the path of rotating arms. They won't stop, even for you. Make sure you locate the closest fire extinguisher and first aid kit to your work area. Safety is everyone's responsibility. As a company, it's our job to keep you safe, but as an employee, it's your responsibility to keep yourself and others safe too. Never hesitate to call others out when you see them doing something unsafe. While using a hoist, watch in all directions for obstacles and people. Look up when lifting. Do not walk or stand under a hoist. Make sure lifting hooks have mouse clips. Don't leave things suspended for a long period of time. And finally, do not use torn slings while lifting. Unsurprisingly, at Flexahopper, we have a zero alcohol, drug, and harassment policy. It's your responsibility to report any kind of that activity to a supervisor. Now that we've got that sorted, let's follow Greg as he uses the forklift to lift a heavy mold. Although Greg is driving at a safe and slow pace, it's important to still wear a seatbelt when operating the forklift. Now Greg, an unstable load like that is dangerous. And it's important to keep your protective equipment on. When driving with a view-obstructing load such as this one, it's imperative that you drive in reverse. Driving blind can be extremely dangerous. Using the forklift requires you to pay the utmost attention to your surroundings. Make sure you follow all of these rules. Number 1, always wear your seatbelt. Number 2, keep your safety gear on. Number 3, avoid lifting top-heavy and unstable loads. And number 4, always keep your view unobstructed. Drive in reverse if you have to. When working on an oven, here are a few important things that you'll need to pay attention to at all times. Firstly, the flange of the mold needs to be scraped of excess plastic in between cycles. This prevents any powder leakage as the mold rotates and makes for easier separation after a cook. It's important to ensure that all of the bolts are completely in place, and vent wire is placed in the vent tube. It's important to test spin the mold before sending it into a cycle to check for any powder leaks. If the mold goes in with a leak, not only will this ruin the part, but it could also start a fire. Following these steps is important, not only to ensure the quality of the product, but of the mold and the oven as well. And remember, the people in the red shirts are supervisors. Don't be afraid to ask them anything. Here at Flexahopper, we keep an open door policy. We're here to help in any regard. You're a part of the team and we want to see you succeed. So don't worry about approaching any one of us. In fact, we uphold a fire-up culture. Family, integrity, responsibility, excellence, unity, and passion. So, congratulations on joining the Flexahopper team. You'll be working alongside a group of people that strive to be the best at what they do. I hope this video gave you a bit of an idea of what it will be like to work here. We want you to stay safe, so remember the important guidelines we went over. Always wear your personal protective equipment out there. Ditch the phone while you're working. Cut away from yourself and away from your fingers. Keep your work area clean and free of tripping hazards. When operating a forklift, don't forget, wear your personal protective equipment. Wear your seatbelt. Avoid unstable loads. Keep your view unobstructed. And when you're working on an oven, scrape your flanges, secure those molds, wire those vent tubes, and inspect your molds before putting them into a cycle. And that about covers it. Remember, it's your first day, so you're going to have a lot of questions. Our team is there to welcome you and help in any way we can. We look forward to working with you out there. And I think it goes without saying, welcome to Flexahopper.